Hello, and thank you for viewing the Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment Audit Response Plan Update. I'm Nicole Marble, Chief Academic Officer. I'm joined by our Director of Curriculum, Jessica Ebert, our Director of Continuous Improvement, Jennifer Foch, our Director of Instruction, Leanne Nazy, and the Director of Data Quality and Analytics, Lindsay White. During this presentation, we aim to re-ground our viewers in the systemic problems identified in the audit conducted in the winter of 2022 and provide an update on where we are in operationalizing the plan and the link to student outcomes. In the winter of 2022, an audit was conducted on the state of curriculum, instruction, and assessment in the Wauwatosa School District. In the fall of 2022, a comprehensive plan on how the district intended to respond to the audit was shared with the Board of Education and the community. This presentation has been prepared to provide an update.
To begin, who are we? The Wauwatosa School District is a suburban urban school district with perhaps the most complex student demographic makeup in the state of Wisconsin. Strongly committed to diversity, equity, inclusion, and access, the district welcomes almost 7,000 students, of which 40% of students of color, 21% receive free and reduced lunch, 17% are open enrolled, 15% receive special education services, 5% are currently identified as gifted, and 0.5% are English language learners. As a first-ring suburb bordering the city of Milwaukee, the community and our schools have a true cosmopolitan feel. The city of Wauwatosa is also home to the largest medical complex in the state of Wisconsin, making the city one of the largest metro areas in Wisconsin. The uniqueness does not end there. Unlike any other school district in the metro Milwaukee area, the quantity of elementary schools and the relatively small number of students within each school is an anomaly. Additionally, no one school is similar to another. They all have their own character. Furthermore, we do not offer busing, which is yet another distinctive feature. Not only do we have a richly diverse student body, we also have 611 teachers who bring their passion for children, teaching, and learning to Wauwatosa. Educators in the Wauwatosa School District consistently remark that they have selected Wauwatosa as their destination district because they are deeply committed to the diversity of the district and the community. Our teachers who have chosen Wauwatosa School District and who have opted to return year after year are making the choice to serve our diverse community of learners and exercise a mission in an effort to realize our vision. However, there is something standing in their way, barricading them from being able to fully achieve their goal of realizing this vision. Let's take a moment to review the problem that is plaguing our educators and preventing them from making this vision a reality.
The external audit solidified what the new superintendent discovered and the remaining directors in the teaching and learning department knew to be true, but were unable to act upon under the previous administration. The noteworthy findings of the audit were as follows. The infrastructure and overall academic performance of the district was not well. Students were not being taught via a guaranteed and viable curriculum, which means that the curriculum and assessments were not aligned to academic standards. There was no coherent professional learning plan to support educators in properly teaching students to the academic standards. Additionally, the audit revealed that the district lacked systems and structures to support continuous improvement efforts, which included a lacking data infrastructure and a lacking data culture. This means that there were not systematic ways to track and respond to data. Our teachers and administrators lacked clarity in direction and expectations, which equated to an overall lack of organizational coherence. The final finding of the audit revealed that the district simply lacked an overall culture of academics. Therefore, high academic achievement had not been the result. It is no wonder that our teachers have felt exhausted and have shared that they are confused and have no direction. They have not been properly supported, nor have they been given proper direction. Not only did this audit reveal that there was a problem, so does our data.
District leadership has established 10 milestones that serve as metrics behind the vision of a graduate. These milestones are also key performance indicators to monitor success of the strategic plan. As students matriculate through the district, these are the skills and competencies that we are working to develop with students. This starts in junior kindergarten and culminates with the receipt of their diploma. What follows is the most current data for each of the milestones.
As of December 2022, 45.09% of junior kindergarten students have met end-of-year literacy expectations. And as of December 2022, 92.14% of senior kindergarten students have met winter literacy expectations, which indicates that they are on track to meet the end-of-year goal. As of the winter of 2023, 67.57% of students in grades 1 through 10 have made expected growth in reading as measured by STAR. As of 2023, winter of 2023, 66.60% of students in first grade through Algebra 2 have made expected growth in math as measured by STAR. As communicated by the results of the forward exam administered in spring of 2022, here is how students in the 4th and 8th grade performed. I'll give you a minute to review the results. As communicated by the results of the ACT exam administered in spring of 2022, here is how students in 11th grade performed. I will give you a minute to review the ACT results. Something unique to the Wauwatosa School District is that all students are required to take advanced placement human geography in 10th grade. As such, success in the rigorous course is one of our milestones. We want all students to earn a B or better in this course. In the 2022-2023 school year, 56.95% of 10th grade students met this milestone. At the end of semester 1 of this school year, 64.45% of students are currently meeting this milestone.
In the Wauwatosa School District, it is not good enough that students simply graduate with a high school diploma. We want Wauwatosa students to have an advantage over their peers from other districts in whatever post-secondary option they choose. As such, we want students to graduate with college credits by way of advanced placement test scores or through dual enrollment opportunities where students earn college and high school credits simultaneously. Other pathways for achieving this milestone include industry certification, such as becoming a certified nursing assistant or receiving certification in occupational safety and health administration, otherwise known as OSHA certification. A work-based or career-based learning experience, such as youth apprenticeship, is also a way in which students will meet this milestone. Unfortunately, at this time, due to the complexity of mining and monitoring this data, as well as the vast needs to overhaul our entire data infrastructure, we do not have an update from the 21-22 school year. It is our intent to provide an update on this milestone in our June report. Our milestones are also intended to monitor and measure student connectedness to the school community. As of winter 2022, 75.6% of students in grades 1 through 12 responded favorably to the statement, "I feel safe at school." As of winter 2023, 81.55% of students have a 90% or better attendance rate. And finally, with milestone 10, we want all of our students to have something beyond their academic day to help them feel connected to the school community. Therefore, we aim to have student involvement in a vast array of clubs, sports, and activities. Moreover, this milestone strives for proportionate representation across extra and co-curricular activities in our middle and high schools. Currently, only 1 out of 9 of the demographic groups that we are monitoring is of expected proportion to the greater school community. In other words, the proportionality rate is only 11%. The results of this milestone and the rest are unacceptable, and we must do better.
Aside from our internally determined milestones, our state report card also communicates our collective achievement, and it does not reflect what we expect to score. The district's overall report card score has been on the decline since the 2017-2018 school year. Our current winter reading data, as reported by STAR, is telling us that 55.59% of students in grades 1 through 10 are currently meeting the minimum grade level expectations. Additionally, 62.8% of students in grades 1 through Algebra 2 are currently meeting the minimum grade level expectations in math. information is leading data, which allows us to monitor our progress in real time and adjust instruction to better meet the expectations of the grade level standards throughout the course of the school year.
An additional source of leading data are course grades. These charts indicate the percentage of middle school students who earned a B- or better by course in the first semester of the 22-23 school year. The high percentage rates look promising. However, this data must be viewed with caution. Data trends over time have shown high classroom grades and low proficiency achievement on standardized assessments. In other words, there is misalignment between the two data sets. Those interested in reviewing spring 2022 forward data may do so via the link on this slide. As revealed in the audit, the district lacks a guaranteed and viable curriculum in all content areas. Therefore, not all classroom assessments are currently measuring to the rigor of the standards. However, as of this school year, math and non-STEM English language arts do have classroom assessments that measure achievement of the academic standards. Better standards-aligned classroom assessments aim to provide us with a more accurate prediction of how students should perform on standardized assessments. Furthermore, we are currently reviewing our grading and reporting system. Through action in response to that review, further alignment and consistency can be achieved. The same thing holds true at the high school level. For those who would like a deeper dive into the data, you may do so via the links on this slide.
While the Wauwatosa School District prides itself on the number of advanced placement or AP courses available to students, only a small percentage of them are actually receiving the AP experience, meaning that they take the class and are prepared enough to earn a 3 or better on the exam. By earning a 3 or better, students are eligible to earn college credit. This data further communicates that there is misalignment between the learning experience and what is the standard expectation.
Collectively, the data just reviewed does not reflect a high-achieving school district that is keenly positioned to fully realize the vision or execute the mission. In other words, the district has failed to provide the resources, training, and guidance necessary to assist the teachers in achieving their goal of realizing the vision. Teachers don't fail. Students don't fail. Systems fail. The system has not been constructed to support the needs of our teachers, so ultimately the students lose because teachers don't have what they need to be at their very best.
The external and internal audits of the curriculum, instruction, and assessment systems underscores the reality that our teachers have an impossible task before them. They are charged with creating their own curriculum, determining best instructional practices, developing their own assessments, and being their own teacher for professional growth. This is unacceptable. Therefore, in order to be better positioned to support teachers, the district reconstructed the Division of Academic Performance. This fall was the first time in nearly 20 years that the academic side of the organization has been better staffed to meet the complex needs of the organization described earlier. Over time, the team composed of the talented educators, including the directors with me today, coordinators, instructional coaches, academic specialists, and data managers, is positioned to develop, implement, and monitor systems that will combat the obstacles that are in the way of our teachers' ability to properly meet the needs of our learners. The plan to address the systemic barriers standing in the way of our educators are born of the 7 recommendations from the Winter 2022 audit.
Within these 7 recommendations are 44 action items. Within each action item, there are countless others. Here is where we are in operationalizing the plan since July 2022. For those interested, a link to the action items and progress tracker is available on this slide. However, we as the Division of Academic Performance do not own the plan ourselves. There must be shared ownership with our principals and our teachers. This chart outlines how the plan funnels from the district level down to the classroom. The work done at the district level is ultimately in service of the work that happens at the student desk. So, what barriers have been removed and what can our teachers now do that they couldn't do before? At the elementary level, they can now use Early Release Wednesday and other common planning time to plan lessons that are aligned to state standards and utilize instructional practices that are reflective of our instructional look-fors. The same holds true for middle school English language arts and math. All teachers in every content area can employ instruction reflective of the instructional look-fors. The instructional look-fors outline the desired student and teacher actions reflective of research-based and culturally responsive practices. In an effort to wrap around and support teachers in the execution of this work, they can also attend professional learning and work with instructional coaches. Principals can also observe teachers in action and provide them with meaningful, actionable feedback to improve the educational experience for students. Through frequent observations, principals can also monitor for action taken by teachers on the feedback. Principals calibrate with district leaders every 2 to 3 weeks on instruction and feedback during school visits to ensure that the system is moving in the desired direction. This is the call for action for our educators. In order to improve student outcomes, this is what must be done. The educators in the Division of Academic Performance, in collaboration with building principals and teachers, are positioned to hardwire the professional practices outlined in the plan. And now, because we have systems and people, we have checks and balances to monitor student growth and adjust as necessary. In short, the overall philosophy and direction embedded in the plan is a dramatic change. It should not be a surprise that our educators are exhausted and our students are not achieving optimally. The system had not previously been designed for anything else.
As we build systems in order to reach success, the development of our collective expertise is foundational. Let's learn from history. Legend has it that after the Greeks defeated the Persians in the Battle of Marathon, a messenger is said to have run from Marathon to Athens to deliver news of the victory. After proclaiming victory, he collapsed and died, arguably because he was not prepared for the conditions under which he had to perform. Had he had the benefit of planning and preparing for his run to Athens, the outcome of his story could have been different. How does this connect to teaching and learning? In short, process matters. It is imperative that great care be given to the many details in executing the plan. The fundamental shifts that we all want to see will take time. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
And when we build capacity and develop our people, teachers feel more successful and capable of tackling the enormous challenge of meeting the needs of all learners. They have clarity, direction, and are energized to do the work. Several of our schools have engaged in specially designed learning with our elementary curriculum coordinators to assist them in meeting our call to action. Following that learning, teachers were asked these 2 questions. The results: 90.9% of staff communicated that this learning was highly effective on ensuring student success and providing clarity around how to best be prepared to plan for instruction and assess student learning through early release pace and other common planning time. Anecdotally, here are a few teacher comments about the learning experience. This learning will reach all elementary classrooms as well as math and ELA classrooms at the middle school level by the end of the school year. We will continue to expand this learning throughout the 3 years of our strategic plan. If we stay focused on our call to action, teachers will be more successful and therefore students will graduate with these college and career readiness skills.
As the previous quote highlighted, if we rush to student outcomes without attending to the nuances involved in obtaining more optimal student outcomes, we may end up like the messenger at the end of the journey from Marathon to Athens. In other words, what that looks like in the classroom isn't any different than what is happening now, or it may worsen. Collectively, all stakeholders are in agreement and have deemed this not to be an option. Therefore, from beyond the boardroom to the classroom, we must work together to align and support practices and resources that serve the action plan, which is a part of the strategic plan.
So how will we know if we are improving our system? How will we know if we are successful? We will know by improved outcomes in our milestones, as well as other data points being monitored internally. We look forward to providing future updates. School-specific data will be presented by principals at quarterly State of the School events. On behalf of the team, we thank you for viewing and for your interest and dedication to fostering a strong academic culture in the Wauwatosa School District.